Hi again, it's Jason from Fraser Valley Rose Farm. Let me swing a little over to the right here so you can see the clematis behind me, and maybe a little over to the left so you can see my potted bulbs and other plants. So this is a little bit new. We normally have a fixed camera right in front of me on a tripod. It doesn't move around at all, but now it's following my face. So who's behind the camera? Let me give you a shot of that, and you'll see that it is this handheld stabilizer that's acting on sort of a software AI that will follow my face wherever it goes. That's kind of cool. Opens up lots of new possibilities. Like for instance, if I wanted to do a pruning demo and it's following me around, I can hold up my hand, do that gesture, it stops following me, so now I could hold a pot up in front of the camera and do it in a more stable fashion. Want it to follow me again, hold up my hand, it starts following me. I want to stop recording, I hit the L, and that stops the phone from recording. I could even take a selfie now. I'm holding up my V, peace, selfie, and it'll take a picture of me. And then when I want to record video again, I hold up the L, listen for the countdown, and now I'm back on camera. So this is all kind of cool, and I'm thinking of all the possibilities of what I can do with technology like this, but you might be wondering, why am I featuring this on a gardening channel? I've made no secret in the past that I think that if you run a small farm, a rose farm, a lavender farm, cut flowers, homesteading, it almost becomes an essential part of your job to do social media like this. And so what I wanted to talk about is this new device that I have, what it looks like, what it does, but also how I think it's going to be very helpful for me in getting social media out, especially in vertical video, which is becoming more important, and how to do like Facebook Shorts, Instagram Stories, TikTok, and that kind of thing in a more stable and easier kind of way. Well, this is more the way you would normally see it used in handheld fashion like this to make your shots more stable. And sorry to go back to the basics, but some people know what a gimbal is and other people don't. So it's a handheld camera stabilizer, in this case made for a phone. Here's the alternative. This is the one that I had previously, and this was for my camera. And you can see it does the same thing, keeps the shot real stable, good motion, but it's so much heavier, and I'll give you a weight on that. The reason why I had to have one of these, the reason why I bought one in the first place, was when I did a video of the Tuscan Farm Gardens, and I'll show you a clip of that. But the footage was really good. I mean, that is, the garden looked good, the tour was nice, but the cameramanship kind of let it down. It was jogging around, it was making people seasick as they were watching it. Got a few comments, and I said, you know what, I have to have a better solution for stabilizing my footage. So something like this is really handy that way, makes it nice and smooth, but carrying that around is super heavy. So unless I'm doing some prep work and doing an interview, I don't really want to have this with me. So something like this is going to be really, really handy. The other thing that makes this handy is the quick transition from horizontal like this to vertical like this, and that's kind of the killer app on this. That's going to make it easier for me to do selfie videos, Facebook videos, and so on. Having this one turn around and look at you, you have to actually hold it way out here to because the camera isn't that wide, to get a good shot you have to hold it way out here. This, I'm framing a good selfie shot at a comfortable arm's length, and this is much less heavy. Let's have a closer look at the gimbal here. It is the PowerVision S1 is the model. There's been a real proliferation of these kinds of small mobile gimbals made to integrate with apps on your phone in the past couple of years, but this is the smallest and the lightest that I've yet found. It is currently folded up in such a way that it's compact, and you can unfold it like this and have it ready to use super quickly, but when it's folded up, so that didn't actually take long to unfold. When it's folded up, you can actually fit that. I fit it easily into my pocket, and I guess the idea is having it in your pocket or your purse, and having it on hand with your phone makes it a lot easier to capture things quickly without much fuss or setup, which this can actually take a little bit of setup. So the other thing about this is that they built it to be a power bank. So obviously it has a battery inside of it that's a bit larger than your phone battery. So you can pair it up with your phone, and if your phone is capable of doing that, you can just lay that on top of your phone on top of that, and it works as a wireless power bank. So let me unplug this one more time, or unfold this one more time on camera. It really, again, does not take a long time to unfold, and turn this on a 45-degree angle like that. And then what you do is it comes with this clasp on the back of your phone that you just match the notch on the back of the clasp here to the notch there and hook them together, and now it's got a magnet. So when I turn this on, which it is now on, it immediately starts to stabilize, and you can decide, I think I showed you before, that whether it's vertical or horizontal format by double clicking the power button here, and then it flips around to vertical or horizontal. There are a bunch of other controls that you can use these things for. Of course, you can manually tilt or move left or right on this sort of joystick up here, and then you can take photos by pressing this button and so on. But powering it down now, I do want to get a weight on these and just show you the difference between this with the phone mounted and this one with the camera mounted. Let me get you that shot. I have my scale out, and I guess I do recognize the innate humor or incongruity of having a farmer weighing his vlogging equipment on a produce scale. 1.19 pounds is what it is, or in kilos, that's about half a kilo. So 1.19 pounds. And let's do the other gimbal here. And that is just about 4 pounds of weight. Now, 4 pounds doesn't sound like a whole ton, but I can show you some footage, and I'll probably insert that now, of me doing other videos and walking this thing around and getting so heavy in my hand that I actually have to change hands during the shoot when you're holding it out that distance from your body. So it is just much, much easier with the smaller and lighter device. Finish up this video in the handheld style using the gimbal itself with my phone and talk to you for a second about why this content style is so important if you're trying to promote your small business or small farm like I am. What it comes down to is it's a little bit more personal, it's a little bit more kinetic. It keeps people's attention longer, and it seems less canned or professional than, say, having a static tripod shot like I do on YouTube. But what I do find is that I lose viewership between those shots, and so I have to try to make those shots shorter. But if you have moving background, if you have a landscape, if you have a nice thing to look at in the background, people will watch your shots longer, and they'll forgive those little lapses of attention that happen while they're trying to watch your video. So it's useful that way. The other thing to say is that when you want to go vertical, like this, and I recognize that's going to look a little bit funny when I put it into a YouTube video, this really is the content style that is made for mobile. When you talk about Facebook, Instagram, you want to put something on Reels, you want to put something on Stories, this is the way that you would do it that gets people to watch it a little bit longer and seems a little bit more natural to them. TikTok too. So the idea here is that you have to adapt to where your customers are, and what I find is that most of my customers are on Facebook, or at least my local customers are on Facebook, and so that's where I'm moving. If that changes, I'll change my content strategy. Doesn't mean I'm stopping on YouTube. That's very valuable as well. But when I want to reach local people who can actually come out to the farm and buy some plants, I need vertical video. And so I hope this has been useful for you. And if you have any questions about this or any other topics to do with running a small farm, go ahead and drop those into the comments below the video.